All right, my greatest apologies, and we are starting with a pretty serious delay, but still, we had some technical difficulties with Brella, and okay, let's forget about that for now, and let's go to our schedule that we've been planning today. So, first of all, let me introduce myself, and okay, and we have incredible echo. Okay, yeah. Can you hear me now? I hope that you can hear me now well. Just give me a second. Okay, so no echo. Sorry, yeah, because I hear some echo in my headphones, and that's why I was kind of really wondering how does it go. So let me start with introducing myself. So my name is Ilya Fedorov, and as you can see, I usually can face some technical issues. So let's start with trying to understanding like what is this event is all about. So this event is supported and powered by Business Tampere and executed by Tampere Entrepreneurship Society, by me personally and some other team. And due to Corona situation and those recommendations that been given by Council of Pirkanmaa region, we dramatically had to change all the format of the event, because it was face-to-face, it was physical, it was hybrid with the streams that we had before here on our YouTube channel. And yet for our last closing event, we had to make total reform and go totally online. And with Brella, that amazing networking platform that you might have seen links in our event descriptions, we've been trying to put that streaming there, and unfortunately it didn't work as it's been planned. But nevertheless, we're here now in Tampere's YouTube channel, and let me show you first one interesting slide about what Tampere ES is about. Okay, if you still can hear me, please let me know. Thank you, Brilli. Okay, so yes, yeah, so we are in Tampere ES during Corona been trying to implement new approaches in executing our community building events, and we've been really we've been really trying to go into more business, more professional approaches in what we are doing. And since September, we've been running this community sparring breakfast, and we've been honored to have Pirkanman Rytaskumit, business mentors, as our constant guests there to help young entrepreneurs and other startups to basically guide and answer questions, and in future maybe develop better business relationships. So that's my voice. So I guess you can you can hear me now, but yeah, okay, that's dramatic. I had nothing. But yeah, I've been testing pretty much everything, and yeah, it seems that it didn't work, and I don't understand why. Yeah, I can hear it myself too. All right. So okay, nevertheless, let me first of all put on a playback our incredible business mentors from Pirkanman Rytaskumit, and that video, if you haven't seen it on our YouTube channel, it's been hosted in Tribe premises 1 month ago, and just give it a chance to watch it, just to listen to what business mentors, and I know that you are watching me now, and while I was watching it again, I realized that how good actually that presentation was. So I wish you joyful watching it again and understanding how actually you can benefit with your business from Pirkanmaan yrityskymmet. And I will come back to you very soon in about 20-25 minutes after that video, and let's please watch it now. So here we go.
Maybe I start by introducing myself, and then my colleagues can introduce themselves a little bit later. So closer, okay, close, okay. I'm not used to this, so anyways, my name is Jorma Tirkkonen is the last name. My background is electrical engineering or automation engineering from Tampere University of Technology a long time ago. Since graduation, I've been working in the work life 40 years in different companies like Valmet Automation, Cargotec, and also smaller companies like Labcotec, but mainly in the management positions, and also been working outside Finland in USA and Canada about 12 years altogether. And officially I'm retired, so now I've been with the Pirkanmaan yrityskymmet, Pirkanmaa, this mentoring organization already about 4 or 5 years, and I have 5 to 7 companies which I'm working with in this mentoring process or program, helping them to do whatever they want to do. Mentoring, Pirkanmaa business mentors. So maybe typically the first question is, because we are doing this so-called free of charge. So we are not charging for our services. We have a nominal membership fee for the companies, 100, 200 euros, something like that. But the work we are doing is basically volunteer work. So what is our motivation to do this work? I think many of us have gained, or all of us actually have gained, a lot of experience working in the management positions in different kind of companies, long experience from the work life, and kind of when you retire, we are having a gray hair. So it means that most of us we have been retiring a few years ago, but we want to share our experience. That's, I think, a big motivation. Also, we are learning a lot from the companies we are working with, and it is really great to see that kind of companies to succeed when we have been able to help them. So I think that's the main big motivation to do this work. This one. Talking about we are altogether about 200 mentors, actively working maybe 100 mentors. So there is a lot of experience and capacity to offer to companies who want to work with us. Our values, the important values, is maybe the most important value is the confidentiality. So what the companies are sharing with us will stay with us completely. So we are not publishing anything. I'm not telling you the names of the companies I'm mentoring unless they give me a permission to do that. Sometimes that happens also, but it's completely confidential, and that's maybe the most important value. I'm not talking more. I don't want to talk more about the Pirkanmaa business mentors. We have a web page, and I have a contact information at the end. So I take a couple of practical examples about the companies I've been working with, and typically in all of the world, I would say that the companies are in the different phases or different situations. So just established companies or about to establish a company means that you are entering the market phase, kind of the first, which means that the company has maybe just recently established. We are doing some kind of business plan evaluation. So this is what we are doing with the companies in this phase. So business plan evaluation, we may be talking about looking at the first customers and the product offering, how it does fit to the market. Then a little bit later, maybe a few years later, typically the companies want to grow, and it is really important the companies are growing. This means that typically we're talking about finding out some kind of new market segment. Maybe we're talking about going global outside Finland, anyways, somewhere, and we're talking about mergers and acquisitions, and then typically also the resource issues, HR issues are coming up. So how you deal with your personnel, your most important asset personnel. So that's coming more actual when the company is growing. And then maybe maturity phase, exit phase. Some companies, well, they may have financial problems, they may have other problems, but also the owners want to retire and they want to find a new owner. Maybe it's a generation change. Maybe they want to sell the company. Maybe they want to stop the whole activity. So this kind of phase. So typically, roughly, of course, companies go back and forth, and there was no company left from the Roman Empire. So things are changing all the time. So I have few examples about companies in different phases. So first, enter the market phase, like company just established. They are maybe in their first operating year. So first example, this company X in healthcare business. So they started with two persons having education nurses basically, and the first year turnover was about 70,000 euros. And now last year they were growing up to 300,000 euros and headcount going up to 7. So business mentors' role in this example was emphasize the importance of cash flow. So make sure that you have cash enough in your bank account. You can deal with the situations where maybe the income always goes up and down. So you have enough cash to maintain your business and activities. But also pretty much again emphasize the importance of financials and financials follow-up. Then I had a company Y, and I cannot say the names, but these are existing companies in the Pirkanmaa area. Established 2015, turnover 50K in the beginning, and now they've been growing up to somewhere in the 400,000 euros in sales or turnover. This was clearly a very split offering to the market. So in this situation, we were clarifying the product offering and to what kind of market you are looking for. So cut down things you are not making, you are earning money. Cut down those kind of things if you are not earning money. So try to focus on certain kind of products to a certain kind of market. And also the distribution channel development. If you start selling like construction elements or components yourself, if you have two persons, you cannot sell too many, you cannot get too many orders during one day or during 1 hour. So you have to have your distribution channel established also. This is where we were helping them. Then if we go to the growth phase, again, company X in big data analytics established already 2013, starting with a small sales with headcount of 7, a lot of product development, investment on the product. Now they went up to 1.1 million in sales, profitable headcount over 10, again, business mentor's role was to do really the R&D roadmap. Again, you start easily if you are in the software business. You start going after all kinds of leads and opportunities, which means that you never get the product ready. You're developing new things all the time, and it's not possible to grow in in that kind of situation. Not possible to grow really fast. So you had to focus somewhere. You had to fix the product, and you had to have a clear roadmap to the market, which you can then follow and develop further. Again, the offering was split around the whole industry in Finland, and also some export market efforts ongoing. So we really selected target segment, paper industry, and even special paper industry. I happen to be in the board of this company. This is more or less public information also, but let's leave it like now. Then the next company Y in power plant projects business, established in 2016, smaller turnaround, actually a pretty good start, but then they were growing fast to 1.3 million and profitable company with a headcount of 12 at the moment. We business mentors, we were helping really in the resource management, because in the project business, the problem is that you have quite a long lead time in your deliveries, and then you have a quotation backlog and you have an order backlog, and you have to balance your resources. If you get an order, do I have resources to deliver? And we developed a good resource management system to trying to estimate in the best possible way the resource need, and in this way we've been growing and hiring new people in a profitable way. Also the HR issues, like I mentioned earlier, are coming up, and incentive plans we were developing for the personnel who really needed that in this kind of growth situation. And then last maturity exit phase of the companies, I have a couple of examples here. One company in the plumbing business, the northern part of Pirkanmaa, and they had a situation with the ownership, 50-50 ownership, and they couldn't make any decisions. So it was a joint venture. Two good friends made a joint venture, 50-50 ownership. Then you had to make important decisions to develop the company, and you can't agree with your partner. If you are 50-50, there are no decisions. So we were helping them to negotiate and to value the company, and then the other partner basically bought out the other partner, and then the company started again, went back to the growth path and profits as well. Then maybe last example here, one company in advertising business, advertising company in Pirkanmaa area. Also they were around, I think, around 3,000 and they were also growing a little bit in 2019, but when with this corona epidemic, when it started, the business completely stopped. They didn't have any possibilities to continue, so it was like phasing down the operations and merge with somebody else, but basically closing this company completely. Okay, these were my examples about how Pirkanmaa Business Mentors have been helping companies, and there are certainly several others. We have over 300 customers, or customer companies as we call them, and certainly much better examples as well. Here is the contact information, so if you think you would like to work with us, or would like us to help you, you can contact information is here. You can find also the web page, Pirkanmaan yrityskummit.net, where you have all this information as well. I think few words in English as well. Okay, I think I will close at this point. If you have any questions, any comments, and we can continue discussion later on, but I think we would like to introduce my colleagues also.
Hi, my name is JP Kinos, and I, just like the other guys in here, have technical background. Studied in the Oulu University Mechanical Engineering 1970s. Worked in the metal industry 1980s. 1986 established my own business making control systems for metal industry machinery. Started expanding the business first, of course, in Finland, then going abroad. At the end of, somewhere in the 90s, we started also going to the North American market, and 2000, in the beginning of 2001, we established the subsidiary in USA, and that's actually something what I often try to tell people, that the US market is something where you can reach quite a lot of audience in relatively reasonable costs. Anyhow, in my history, I moved to the US 2004. The idea was to stay there for 2 years, ended up staying there 12, and during that time I sold my company into a larger American corporation, and that was 2012, worked for them 4 years, and came back to Finland 2016, and since then been here trying to help Finnish companies, specifically with the Pirkanmaa Yrityskummit or Tampere business mentors, and enjoying a lot of this. This is it's very giving to see how you can help other companies growing. So let's hope that your companies are also having a bright future, and things gonna go fast and nice with you. I give this to Eero. Thank you.
My name is Eero Posti, and I'm also working as a business mentor nowadays. I'm also retired and having also an engineering background. I started to work in the aircraft industry and worked there for how many years? 20 years. Then I moved to Helsinki area, worked there as in Technical Research Center of Finland, and also Dec7th, which is nowadays called Business Finland. Then I came back to this Pirkanmaa area and started to work for the aircraft industry again. Our main customers were European Space Agency and also Boeing in the United States. And I'm very eager to work with as a business mentor, where I can use my experience and supporting starting and existing companies in their business. One of very important, when I'm retired, I also enjoying my hobbies, and my hobbies are I'm riding with my mountain bike, and then I'm playing badminton, and also enjoying wandering in the forest. So I have been in Tampere or Pirkanmaa Business Mentors I started in 2003, 13. So quite many years now.
Just briefly, if you want to work with us, with Pirkanmaa Business Mentors, typically we are starting a cooperation with a company with a so-called business clinic. And it's 2 hours discussion. We have 1 or 2 or 3 mentors, and then the company presentation will be 1, 2, whatever the company wants to have. Now it's been, of course, in a smaller groups, basically, typically in 4 or 5 people all together. And we are discussing the issues, what the company would like to talk about or would need help from us. And typically after that clinic, company will make a decision if they want to have a mentor. Maybe one of those who participate the clinic will be the mentor for the company. Typically this is what's happening. But if there's not a suitable person in that clinic, we have our network and we can search another kind of person, depending a little bit on what kind of help companies need. And typical areas we're discussing, of course, typical areas in the company. Marketing and selling is probably the most discussed topic in those clinics. Then financial situation, then we have owner change, generation change, and all kinds of legal and specific taxation issues. But this is how it works. If you want to have a mentor for your company, then you should contact this guy, Tapani, and he will organize a clinic. And that's the next step is then to decide whether you want to have a mentor or not. And just showing this one, already mentioned that we are over 200 mentors, 60 may be really active at the moment. We are working with quite many companies. For example, we had about close to 8,000 working hours in 2019 with these various companies. Okay, thank you.
All right, that was it. That was a very nice presentation. I hope you really liked it. And now we have to go to a very networking session. But for that, let me give you some little introduction into actually how and what you were supposed to do. So, if you never been before in Brella, if by some reason you didn't go with that link, so that's what you type in the screen on your search bar. So you follow to next Brella.io. You go with the sign in. For example, I use my my account, but you can create Brella account or sign in with any other account. Then here, basically, well, I already have joined here, but usually you can see this next event, and you have to type the code that's been provided you in our media. So then in community sparring breakfast, well, as you can see, this YouTube link doesn't work, unfortunately. But anyways, here when you create your profile, you can find yeah, well, like this. So we start networking, we choose 7th of Monday, we choose our categories. For example, for me it's a soccer economy. I am totally passionate about it, yeah, and I'm looking for a job in that as well. Yeah, so we process, we go with everything here, and here we start with a networking. So you can find all these beautiful people here. You can find Tommy Witty. Thank you, Briley, for your feedback in the YouTube. Yeah, and you can find, you can suggest meetings to anyone who is here. So, for example, well, I hope that JP, you are here. So, for example, I suggest a meeting to Kinos, and I can read, of course, what's your interests, and we just seen you in our presentation, so I guess that our guests they can understand and then find more interests with you. But this is how it goes. So from 12 to 3:30, more or less, we agreed that there will be 5 slots, 5 yeah, there will be 5 slots with our business mentors that you can book time with, and oh my gosh. So, and basically you can book your time with them. There will be 15 minutes for you to ask any questions and to receive feedback, and to, of course, book next meeting. And maybe if you would be interested, you can book yourself a business clinic with them. And I highly, strongly recommend you to book meetings or with Jukka Kinos, or with Jorma Tirkkonen, or with Eero Posti. And you are 3 of our mentors, and of course on your back you have more than how many, 20, 60 people, other mentors in other business areas. So, and of course what you should do anyways in the end is that you should always contact Pirkan Analytus by using these contacts. I will just put it, give me a second. So yes, just contact next time Tapani Kaskela and or Jorma Tirkkonen, who is well, I would say manager of a startup team in Pirkanmaan Yrityskymmet. So with that, I wish you all enjoy your time, enjoy your Monday. My apologies for all this inconvenience in the very beginning of the session, and yet this is my first live stream like that. It was, yeah, whenever it was prepared, it didn't work accordingly to my wishes and the schedule. So please go to Brella and follow our future events. And with that, I want to thank, of course, all of you, JP, Eero, Jorma, for being with us during this past 4 months. And I guess that in our platform 6, when restrictions ended, and anyways, we gonna continue with all the programs that's upcoming, all the mentorship programs, and you will find your startups, and you startups, of course, should definitely find our experts, because they acquire very unique experience and understanding of how to make business profitable and actually work. So Yeah, and of course, thanks to Business Tampere for making all these events real, and we'll stay in touch. And if you have any questions, just drop me those questions or in Brella or in our via email, Tampere ES emails, or just come to Platform 6 in Tribe Tampere premises, and you can always apply for fellowship there. Or if you're a student, of course, come to us, and we have a lot of interesting projects for you upcoming in 2021. So, with all that, I wish you all the best, and see you on Umbrella.